What's up? What's up? Hey, Gutter Growth listeners and viewers. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. Today, I got Jesse Hibbard, owner of Oasis Gutters. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Me and you get to spend a good amount of time together. And how's it been working out for you?
Yeah, it's been good, man. No complaints over here.
There we go. There we go. I wanted to really dive in today into your journey. I'm really excited by it. And it really starts off with you made a big move midway, about halfway through the year last year. And I thought that story would just be really fabulous, not only for other people in gutter growth, but obviously just people in the industry. Get a lot of people watching this. And I think your story is really strong. And I'm really impressed by the way you are just still constantly showing up and learning and growing. You're building something and it's really fabulous. So thank you absolutely for joining me here today. So how long have you been in gutters? Tell us a little bit about your backstory.
Yeah, I so it all started. I was in roofing for a little bit with my dad. He owned a roofing company for a little bit. And he had a old gutter machine, like one of those old Grover side by sides, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
1990.
yeah.
So he had one of those and he needed some money. He was going through some stuff. So he was a good salesman, convinced me to buy it. I didn't even look
Okay.
at it or know anything about it. So he sold that to me. That was probably about 3 years ago now.
Okay.
Um, and so yeah, he came upstairs, sold me on it, and I thought it was a good idea. Emptied my savings account to buy it from him. So
There you go.
yeah, so that was the start. I got a job after that, or yeah, I bid a job, won it,
Hmm.
and it was three gutters on a shed, and it took
Okay.
me 3 days to do that.
Of course. Of course.
3 full days, just figuring it out, and so I realized after that that was not efficient. I didn't know what I was
Yep.
doing. I thought I knew what I was doing. I didn't. So went and worked for a company for about 9 months or so, and
Love it.
then I got a call from a contractor that they wanted us to do all their work. So I quit that job and started doing their work.
And then there we go.
So
Off to the races, right?
yes, sir.
All right. So you initially started your company off and it was called Gutter Guys, or was it the Gutter Guys?
It was gutter guys. Yeah.
How much time did you like when you came? Okay, so you bought the machine. Did you come up with a name and like a DBA or an LLC or anything right away? Or you probably just bought it and kind of played around with it a little bit, right? And
Yeah. So I bought
what
it.
was your story?
I think if I remember correctly, I think I got some yard signs and like some door magnets
Yeah.
of gutter guys just off like Vista print, some like
Okay.
real basic design, real generic. Um, and I slapped those on my truck and then just went crazy with the yard sign. So that was like the start. Yeah, it was a DBA.
Yeah.
My mom was my mom ran businesses, my dad ran businesses. So,
Hmm.
um, so they gave me some guidance on how to really, start on the legal side of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you start picking up some work, and what happens next? Are you doing all the work yourself for that first year? Did you have a good buddy? Was it who like what was that looking like for you?
Yeah, so at the time, my little brother was up here,
Okay.
and then so he was helping me. He was like 15, 16 at the time.
Yeah, a little
And then
energy.
his friend, which was also my friend, we're um, close in age, so we kind of had the same friends, a little
Mhm.
overlap there. So
Mhm.
he came and worked with us as well. He actually still works for me. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, he does great. So he's been with me since the start. So it was me, my brother, and him. And yeah, we were just doing cleanings. I mean, we spent like a whole day cleaning one house, just really just figuring it out, just trying to
Doing it
do a
the
good
right
job.
way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are just
Yeah.
trying to do a good job. Obviously, not making a ton of money, but um, I was 3 years younger at the time, didn't really know what to
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
just
always like hearing when people tell me that. I mean, obviously, there's multiple ways. If someone tells you they're at a house for too long, your mind questions: do they know what they're doing? Are they mechanically inclined, et cetera, like that? But most of the time, like when someone tells me that they were taking their time, like I love hearing that versus you saying right now, oh yeah, we had a clean out and we were done in 40 seconds. Now, mind you, we didn't know what we were doing, but we were still
right.
property for 20 plus minutes. It's impressive. And that's one thing I like about you. It seems like you have a good attention to detail and you really give value to your customers as well as to your employees with some of our private conversations. And you just really trying to navigate business. So what's the first jump for you? You get in, get your feet wet, you go work for another company. I'm sure you learn some good and bad things there, right? Or what was that experience like?
Yeah, it was good. Really just I was bottom of the barrel there. They just had me doing scrap and I picked up downspouts, so then I was doing
Hmm.
downspouts for them. Did still, when I left there, I still didn't really know exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I did, I
You got a grasp.
yeah, I understand like the physics of it and all stuff like that, but our quality when I quit there was just not even close to what it is now. I mean, we're
Yeah.
miles apart from where we were then.
Whole
So,
different monster, right? Okay, so you
yeah,
leave there.
100%.
Do you leave there, Jesse, because you're ready and it's off to the races? I mean, it doesn't matter why, like specifics of why you left. Like, soon as you left that job, did you just dive right into your gutter business, or was there another little lapse there?
Yeah, it was tough. Like I had for the like month before I left, I was like my boss was kind of a little he said he wasn't afraid of competition, but he tried to keep me at the bottom level. He didn't want to show me
Yeah,
too much because he
yeah,
knew I had a gutter machine. So,
yeah.
um, for the last month there, I was kind of feeling like it was time to get out of
Yeah.
there. Um, and it's always hard for me to just like make that decision. Um,
Mhm.
so but really what set it off for me is I was on the job, I got a call from that contractor and they said,
Oh,
"We'll give
yeah.
you 3 to 5 jobs a week," and I was like, "Hell yeah."
Let's go.
I was just doing
Yeah,
cleanings, I would do, like, cleanings on the weekend, I would do, like, 1 gutter job a month, and so it
and there
was
the dream is born.
right, so they gave me my start, I don't work with them anymore, but they definitely helped me start. I mean, I was operating out of like a 22-foot nasty trailer and upgraded the trailer, upgraded the machine, upgraded the truck. My truck broke down and then my grandpa let me use his. So it was just a
Mhm.
lot of troubleshooting and making it happen. So
Hi, my name is Archie, and I don't want this, this, or this to cause unexpected damage to your home.
Prevent unexpected and costly damage from clogged gutters. Protect your home with One Gutter Guard, the trusted solution for gutter protection. Call us today to schedule your free gutter inspection and estimate.
Yeah, it's grinding, right? You got in there, you started grinding, and then you reinvested. That's what I've seen you been doing for the past couple years is really just reinvesting in yourself and your company. So another year goes by and we get into last year. How did you find gutter growth?
yeah, so I mean, funny thing is I was actually listening to this podcast before I met you and Tim
Oh,
at
sweet.
Gutter,
Okay.
yeah, at the Gutter convention there.
Uh-huh.
Um, And so I was listening, I was watching the podcast because I was
I
watching,
appreciate it.
um, yeah, no, it helped me get into the industry a lot. And, I was watching like all those just gutter related stuff. I
Yeah.
was just trying to
There's
soak
so
it up
much.
for sure. Yeah. And, so I met you guys there at GutterCon and then,
Hmm.
yeah, I signed up with y'all, signed up with Mr. Pipeline and that was a game changer for me.
How was your 2023 compared to, or I'm sorry, well, 20, how was your 2024? I apologize. Sometimes I forget we're already in January. It's already February. It's like the year's flying.
Yeah,
How
dude.
was your last year comparatively to the year before, 24 to 23?
So let's see, 23, like in terms of revenue or just
Yeah, whatever
efficiency
you're
or
comfortable sharing. I mean, that's up to you. Yeah, if you want to
yeah,
talk about revenue is one part of it. I mean, talking big numbers is fun, but the efficiency really matters. And just you as an owner, like more so than, yeah, I did 300,000 in 23 and then I did $1 million in 24. But how'd you feel about it, right? And I'm not saying those are your numbers. Like, obviously you were in the coaching, so that's a separate thing. You got this rocket booster from access to people like Corey J and Tina and Tim and myself and Rob and just all these people. And then all the other monsters like Chester, Mario, like all these people are in our group, right? And it's like so packed. And now you're at the point where I'm excited to see you start giving that advice to others. But how was your 23 compared to your 24? Because it looked like you had a lot of fun last year.
yeah, no, it was awesome, man. I just love, growing and paying good people more. That was probably my favorite part is just, I mean, like exponential raises with just, as we're just getting better,
My
just
man,
pump,
dude.
pad in their pockets and just seeing them grow is really my favorite part. We're talking about one guy's gonna buy a house this year.
Yes.
One just got married, so buying new
Congratulations,
vehicles,
guys.
stuff like that. So that's the best part about it. But last year, I mean, we more than doubled our revenue from the last year,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is, you know, I
That's what you
respect it.
wanted.
Yeah,
That's what you were talking about, right? You wanted
I
to do
set
it
that.
and yeah.
Yeah, I set that goal back at GutterCon in February, and I was kind of reaching at the time. I didn't know how I was going to do it or if I was going to do it. And surround yourself with the right people and take their advice and it's
Yeah.
game changing.
Yeah, we knew you could do it, man. I'm really proud of you. And I love what you said. I'm in somewhere probably in the hundreds of podcasts I've done just in 2024, right? I just this boom. It's like all day, every day. And it's rare. I mean, I ask people all the time, what was your favorite part about last year? Or what was your year? The same exact question I asked you. And it's most owners aren't talking about how they are so happy that they were able to take better care of their partners, employees, their buddies, their family, whatever it is, that intermediate circle, whatever you call them. And I think that's indicative of our younger generation.
For
Like
sure.
the older guys usually aren't super stoked or talking about how they get to take better care of their employees. They're just have different issues, I guess, right? And they've been burned so many years, right? Where they've took great care of guys and then these guys leave. But you put that right foot forward, and I know you're a pretty awesome owner to work for. So that's cool. So yeah,
Thank
so
you.
2024, you guys crush it last year. And what was the thought process like in the rebranding that you did? Because you went from the Gutter guys to Oasis. Do you remember what month that was? I know it was like before the middle of the year.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till winter, but I just pulled the plug on it. I think it was September, maybe
Summer.
August
Okay.
time.
Oh,
Yeah, it
was it
was
towards the end? Yeah, I
yeah, it
guess
was
it
second
was. Yeah.
half for sure.
We probably were talking about it before it actually happened. That's why I was feeling like
Right.
it
No, I
happened
was talking
sooner.
about it, I mean, since,
The whole
February.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's what's up. What was the reason? Talk out. The listeners are listening, and they're gonna connect with you right now because whether the Gutter guys is a good, great, whatever, that's up to the person using it. What had you make the change from that name and why?
Yeah, I mean, really, it was just about, my end goal really is to grow a bigger brand, and you
Mhm.
can't grow a brand if somebody else is using it. So, um,
There's
we
a
went through
lot of guys using Gutter guys in the United
for
States,
sure.
like a
Yeah, I
lot.
mean, you look
Yeah.
up, go on Facebook, and 1,000 will pop up. You look on
Mhm.
Google, I mean, there's like 20 in our state alone. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's nice if you're just gonna stay small forever, just one man thing. I mean, you're not really gonna step on
Couple Gutter
toes.
guys. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's catchy.
for our listeners, Jesse's up Rochester area, suburbs of Rochester, New York area. So he's sitting at home in the snow season right now. For you guys
Right.
wondering where he's at and where he doubled his revenue, it's a tougher market up there.
Yeah, it's definitely competitive. There's a lot of cheap guys out there. Yeah, I mean, we got probably 20, 30 companies to compete
Yeah.
against. So, but yeah, in terms of the the rebrand. I just
name, yeah.
realized, I wanted a bigger goal, a bigger brand. I mean, to be recognized. So we went to trademark Gutter Guys, and it wasn't available, obviously. So
Mhm.
I wanted to stay ahead of that, and just went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. So
Jump
this
to
is
Oasis,
trademarked.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did a complete rebrand. I mean, you did it the right way. You did your vehicles, all your gear, your website, and
Yep.
you guys are Oasis Gutters powered by Mr. Pipeline. Been
Yes,
having some
sir.
fun with that. You want to give a ballpark of your revenue? Your top end revenue last year?
Yeah, we're just over 1 million. So right where you want to be. Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I was talking with Tim. We talk about you fairly often. There's a couple of our members and we're talking about when we're not talking about the new members, but when we did our end of the year call, what did we do it like the day before Christmas or something, or New Year's Eve?
Yeah, it was right in
Like
there.
the 31st or something. We did it. We all hopped on, and I remember when you shot your number, and I was like, I'm so happy this guy made his mill, because that million's of fun, and it's fun to get to the 2. And as Corey J will talk about a lot, and I have a lot of experience myself, and how do you slam a bunch of people doing more than 2 million? You really start getting past that 2 million. You really want to start thinking about another location or just a hub or, something. And obviously we talk a lot about that in the Gutter Growth program, because we have guys all right coming up to that spot. What a blessing to be a part of, just a teeny little part of your success, man. Thank you for just allowing me on a day-to-day to grow with you, man, because we all learn from each other. And teaching, I've been a gutter guy my whole life. I know that's not like a stellar profession to be an installer for 22, 23 years and then have some management background. And, but I'm so proud to be able to watch guys like you, man, just come in, call your shot, build a quality business, offer sweet jobs for people, like actually care about them, and then get to tell your story. And you have so much more of this story coming, because next year is going to be awesome, and so on and so forth. So let's talk about that a little bit. Where were the pains with the rebranding, or were there any?
Yeah, I mean, pains with rebranding.
If someone came to you and said, "Hey, I'm getting ready to rebrand, what should I be prepared for?" You'd be like, "Shit, spending a ton of money, or just a lot of
Yeah.
excitement, or customer confusion?"
No, honestly, we did it, as really, in my opinion, as best as we could have.
Okay.
We, in our Google profile, it still says like Oasis Gutters dash Gutter Guys. So
Oh,
something that
sweet.
was important to me is previous people looking us up, that we still pop up. So that was
Yeah.
important for me.
Yep.
Still have those associated together. Um, and yeah, I mean, on our quotes, it says like formerly Gutter Guys. So people still recognize us.
I love that.
It's honestly a nice little, topic of conversation when,
Yeah. Yeah.
to customers. I mean, it just shows another level of
Bro,
like professionalism.
professionalism. Yes.
Yeah. So it's, there's pros and cons to everything. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you could look at it negatively that, oh, I lost potential customers, or there's confusion or whatever, but it's really been a positive for me.
Basement flooding, roof leaks, mold.
No. Have to clean the gutters.
Go back to sleep, honey. We installed one gutter guard.
Prevent unexpected and costly damage from clogged gutters. Protect your home with one Gutter Guard, the trusted solution for gutter protection. Call us today to schedule your free gutter inspection and estimate.
We're talking about that, right? You see in the collective, including today, everybody's doing the rebrand, which is smart, because as you start to grow and you get around like-minded people, and you start to see like some of like Tina's new legacy rap, right? And your
Yeah.
stuff. And I mean, just
And
everybody.
Chester.
Yeah, utterly. Dude, like
That's
it's
awesome.
why, and there's just one after another. People are really stepping up their branding, because we know now, again, without making it too busy, you want to become a household name, right? And unfortunately, people might not just be sitting around talking about, something that's not highly branded and very simple, like you said. So
It's really about recognition, you know what I'm saying? So,
mhm,
people recognize you more, easily,
yeah.
and, so it's just you stick out better. You're
Let's
different.
just give let's just give Chester one more for the utterly gutters. I have to. Dude,
Yeah.
that was so epic. And it's like the way he teased it, right? And I didn't even know. I probably could have known, if I was asking him. It wasn't something that he was talking to me personally about. I'm not the only person obviously over here to speak with. But so I was super interested. I'm sure if I would have just called him and said, "Hey, let's talk a little bit," he would have told me. But I loved just being in suspense myself. So the reveal
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my God, are you kidding me? I love it." It's so fun and it's so encouraging. Back to the purpose of like our team in the industry is just to be helpful, and how we serve you guys, man. And again, I'm just so proud of you, dude. I love what you guys are doing that are in here growing. So what's next? What are you going to grow to next, Jesse? I know
Um,
we talked about your goals for this year. I know that we don't need to share that, but what do you think? Is there anything big in the pipeline for you this year that you want to speak on, or is it just kind of all private business stuff?
no, I mean, I'm a pretty open book. I mean, we're building an addition here at our barn. We're just kind of running out of space, so that's gonna be exciting.
Okay.
I'm really just fine tuning our systems, and it's awesome to keep pushing the numbers, but I really just want to have more of a, automated business where I
Total
can.
grasp and automation. Yeah, where you understand if the automation starts to get out of line a little bit, you can get it back on. Because that's the thing about automation. You just kind of bump it a little bit, right? And
Mhm.
just make sure all the checks and balances are happening. It's when you automate and walk away when things can get really far off, and then you got
Right.
to fire a bunch of people and stuff. So,
Yeah, I
um,
realized, at the recently, not as much anymore, but I realized probably, a few months ago, I was kind of like, I forget who said the term. It was in one of our meetings, but like hostage to your employees. So I was
oh
kind of
yeah,
like
I
a
think
little
that's
bit.
Tom Anthony.
Right, somebody said it in there, but I was a little hesitant to, I felt like our structure was very fragile. So I
Yeah,
was always treading lightly.
yeah.
And I just really want to. Now it feels a lot better. It feels like we got some backups in place, but I just really want to solidify that I don't have to be super involved with everything,
Hmm.
and I don't want something to happen where now it just falls apart. So I'm just building our foundation some more.
Let's touch on that a little bit, where you're really solidifying that you don't have to be so involved. Is a great time for leadership tactics, right? We talk about this all the time, right? Just making the announcement and letting people know. Backing up a little bit when you talking about, not you, but people being hostage to their employees. It's so important that owners have to work two jobs and they have to recognize it. One is they got to run the business, and the second one, and it's almost more, it's equally as important, is that culture, making sure that the employees know the owner, are loyal to the owner, and like the owner. It's not like this separate cult, right? Where the owner just writes checks when he comes around. Everybody fears, like, not scared of him, but if, no one would ever tell you their honest feedback, versus a different culture where you could be sitting around and a group of people have no problem like bringing something up to the owner, like, "Hey, here's two or three of us. We're not tag teaming you, but we want to bring something to your attention that's kind of bothersome." Whatever. We all hate clocking in. We're we just all, whatever, and you hear it versus like all these whispers in the background of Jesse wants us to do this and that, and everybody's scared because of inflation and money problems, where they just can't sit down and either have hard discussions with the owner so that he can grow his culture, or B, just already be happy because the owner knows how to run his culture. Do you find that like you have a certain tactic with your employees that's like works best with your guys? Is it being like super friendly and playful, or having some nice boundaries of professionalism, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you guys have been a huge game changer for me in terms of culture and just having goals and stuff like that for the company.
Yeah,
I'd kind of be lost on my own, to be honest with you.
we all would be,
Um,
bro. So I was
right,
taught that stuff myself. It's not like just came out of the womb knowing you should plan for everything.
right, yeah.
I
So,
was the
I
worst
mean,
at that stuff, to be honest.
yeah, it's something you got to learn for sure.
You have to
But
value it. You have to value it. And I think that you creating goals last year and hitting them, and then setting new goals this year. And I loved your you set a nice obtainable goal, right? And some of the guys, are like, oh, I did 1 million. I mean, I had one guy call me, and he knows who he is, and he said, I'm ready to 10x. And I was like, wait, what? You know what that means, right? Like, are you ready to like 10x from a million in
right,
1 year?
yeah, it's
That's not
tricky.
smart. Stop reading those books. I mean, there's
Yeah,
read it, but like apply it the right way. We can't do that. So that's not even the right way to do things. So
for sure.
but culture is really important, and you've really embodied it, and I can tell by a lot of your questions and your dedication to yourself. There's a lot of you guys in the mastermind that like don't really miss a meeting, and you
Yeah,
know who those guys are. There's a lot of guys that don't really miss a meeting, and I understand it. Life, you get. I mean, we're at like 70 or 80 now in the group. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed in the past couple weeks, it's just like
oh yeah,
Tim's like introducing one after
I love
another,
it.
which is a part of our plan, right? We built out something. Me and John and Tim and John, we said, how many members do we want to be at? Right? It's the exact same process as running the coaching company as it is with the gutter company. I think one thing I could have a teaching moment right here for anybody listening, or for you, Jesse, and you know it best, Jesse. You see all the coaches I brought in before I had all of the customers
Right.
preparing. I was hiring first, right? I mean, not hiring.
Yeah.
Obviously, the coaches don't work. We work together, but they get paid, right, to show up. So it's like building out the team. Oh, I want to tell you about this because I know that you'll be there. So, and you listeners, I apologize. This is for Gutter Growth members only. This particular event. If you must come, you can reach out, but I really want to keep it for mastermind members only. So we're going to be at Tom Anthony's
Oh yeah.
out in March. I'd love to
Hell
see you
yeah.
there, Christian.
I
You know all
definitely
the.
will be.
I think right now we're at about 20 people that are going to come already, and then me and Tim. So it'll be me and Tim and Tom at Tom's place. You, Christian Moorcraft, I'm sure Mario. The list goes on. Travis Earls, like people are going to come out of the woodworks, and
Yeah, that's
so
right
that'll be
down
in
the road,
March,
man.
dude. So we're going to do a 2-day. Boom, boom. You know how we roll. So it's going to be great. So I'm really excited. And I'll just announce Tom's now joined the team with us. We just brought him on. So he's going to be in a mentor role now.
That's awesome.
And we'll be trying to utilize his shop probably twice a year to do some stuff up there. So
Hell yeah.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, he's right down the road, about an hour from me. So
Yeah, that's not bad at all. How do y'all's
that's cool.
territories line up? Something I haven't really talked to y'all about.
Yeah, I mean he's done some jobs out this way that I know of.
Yep.
But it's pretty nice. Like that hour gap is kind of like where it's not really the same
Yes.
territory.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he's a smaller operation, and he does mainly that specialty
That
stuff.
specialty. Yeah.
Yeah, so he from what I've talked to him about, he likes that smaller culture of a business. So
The more niche.
um
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean we don't really overlap like that. It's nice to have somebody right there that I can talk to, and he has those special machines that I've
Yes.
used before. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
He's
nice to
such
have
a
that.
fan.
So I mean, I've met a lot of people out of Gutter Growth, so that's been a game changer too.
What do you you're gonna keep working on the culture this year? Do you have your eyes on any specialty machines, or just keep utilizing Tom? Because I mean, why the hell not until it's
Yeah,
right,
that's kind of what I was thinking. If I get like a massive, hundreds of feet,
if it makes sense,
1,000
right?
feet, yeah, I'll buy it. Work
I
it into the
always tell
contract.
people, Jesse, because although it's nice to use the chop and drop, and it makes a lot of sense, and especially with Spectra and Classic rolling out this massive chop and drop over the entire country, and that we're promoting that fully. I always say when you get that big 40, 50, $60,000 job, it's kind of like that first big one you get, and you don't
Mhm.
own the machine to do it. Use the customer's profit to buy use that
Right.
profit from that customer
It's an
to buy the
investment for
machine.
sure.
Right now is the time to get that thing going. Like Tucker, he just got the 6-inch half round, and he's
Yeah, that's awesome.
freaking thrilled about that. So,
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting they make 6, 7 combos, right?
yep.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know anybody that has the
Oh,
7-inch case
we're
style.
we're talking about that. So, let's talk about it offline. I meant
Yeah,
to bring that up to you when I called earlier. That's why I called. Then I started texting, then we chatted. So,
yeah.
I want to talk to you about that. I have a 6-7 combo being delivered. I'm flying out Wednesday. So, I have
I lost your audio there. Still nothing. I think you're muted now.
I don't know what happened. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I was just saying, yeah, we're taking delivery of a 6-7 combo custom build down in Florida with Alejandro. Got a little something going
Nice.
on with him down there in the southern part of Florida. So I'll be in Florida flying out. I'll be down there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you'll look for that. But let's chat about that option for you. And then, me and Tim have obviously hinted, I think you've heard a little bit that we're doing something together.
Right.
So we actually are taking an order of another 6-7 combo middle of February. That's an extremely custom build. Dude, I can't wait. Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited for that for you
I'll,
guys.
yeah, I'll just say it here publicly too. Me and Tim are actually going to be doing something with some machines, some custom builds, like all the way custom build type stuff that no one else is making. Just regular machines, but we're gonna get into some. We're gonna get me and Timmy are into a lot of stuff right now. It's really fun.
Hell yeah.
So exciting to be in all these meetings, because when I'm running those masterminds and stuff, and I'm taking all these notes and I'm preparing to be an educator, I'm finding out so much about myself. And when I'm talking to you guys about having a vision and stuff, and then I get off and I'm like, what's your vision, Grant? Is it to sit
Right.
at this desk and do podcasts and meetings for the rest of your life?
Yep.
Like putting on a little bit. Sean Michael Crane's over here trying to kick my ass. He sees my gut in real life, right? And I'd be in some trouble. So, yeah, but I'm, sitting in the chair doing podcasts is educational, because obviously they get so much feedback of people that have started businesses or just grown their business. So I really appreciate you being part of this today. What do you think you would do? 6-7 combo. So 7-inch is a little bit more specialty up there in New York, right? Obviously.
For sure. Yeah, I mean that's 5-inch has kind of been the
Standard.
it's the standard, but we mainly do 6-inch. So
Yeah.
just looking for, if I had a machine that could do that, I'd mainly have it on 6-inch, but if you have a upper dumping into this one,
Yeah.
then you should probably have a bigger system there, or maybe like a big barn or something.
I think
So
it's smart to do that for sure. And you can
right.
always incorporate some 4x5s into
Yeah.
there, too, and the margins get a little better. Some people ask me okay, well, is it better just to get just to 6-7 combo or just try to push the 6-inch with the 4x5s. And I'm like, when you're ready to grow and you're going to buy the 6-inch again anyway, it's best, I think, just to get the 7-inch. Like so many people are getting into the half round and the modern bar, the European box.
Yeah.
So Barracuda makes that boxer lip. It's a box gutter, but the face goes up and then it's got the little 1-inch bump out.
Right.
And then there's the European, right? That's just perfectly just straight all the way, and it's got just a hanger lip.
Yeah, so the problem with that up here is that, I just met with a commercial guy. He's like union, does metal roofs, and he has metal machines, all types of metal machines, massive brake, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he was like, he recommends everybody stay away from that just square profile up in New York. Yeah, because apparently that, like, I don't know what it is, but it's like that one where it comes across and then it has a little diagonal and then it goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he said he recommends that because up here
Correct.
at least, because of the snow and the ice.
Correct.
Add some
100%.
more.
Because you'll end up with bulging even with 032 and that European. It's not the best for snow loads. And I absolutely recommend one of those commercial gutters up there.
Yeah, I like the 7-inch though. I think bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's gonna be good.
When you were over at Tom's, were you able to see some of those newer profiles I showed him?
Like his machines or something different?
Yeah. Just we've talked about it a little bit in the group. We don't always talk about it too publicly. Yeah, just a couple different little tricks I've shown him over there. We'll have to get you in on the gutter magic. Just remind me about it. We'll get you in the I had a great call with Travis Earls today on that too. So I'll just share that love along.
Like custom stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll rock and roll. I'll make next time you're gonna get over to Tom's, if you want it to be sooner than later, I'll tell Tom to give you I'll just tell you over the phone. I'm really excited about this year for you, and I'm excited to see you again here in be about a month and a half. We'll be up at Tom's and we'll crush it. And when you call your shot, how long do you think till you get a 7-inch? What's the longest you're gonna go? I'll help you get one. We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
When do you want to do it though? By summer? You want it now?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even. I'll have to check the price on them. I don't know the exact what those run. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna start ramping up here. I think April, May, probably May would be a good time to get another trailer set up.
Okay.
And be able to accommodate more volume.
Absolutely. Jesse, man, it was an absolute pleasure. I know you probably got your guys downstairs. They love their boss. They're like, come on down. And then I was famous, right? So, man, I appreciate you and I value our friendship. I can't wait to see you soon. And congratulations on all your success and your hard work last year.
Thank you, Grant. I appreciate it.
Of course.